Right, guys. I know a lot of you guys have been super curious of what it costs to build a truck like this. I have pretty much almost everything written down. I have receipts for everything, and I'll show you guys pretty much the cost of building something similar. So I try to sit here and explain the full breakdown of the truck, but it was just way too long. I think I'm gonna have to end up uploading it to YouTube or something because it was like fucking 17 minutes long and shit. But pretty much, yeah, this is all the things that I spent on the truck. I'm just gonna go through it real quick. The truck itself was 2,300. Bought it from a friend of mine named Edwin. Pretty cool dude. The reps, the truck had 24-inch reps. I paid $1,500 for them, and I ended up trading them for the billet intro wheels, which the intros had no tires, which was completely fine with me. So I bought tires, which was another $500. Um, the hood, I bought the hood back in, I don't even fucking remember, but when I bought the hood, it was $1,200 shipped to my door. You know, the lights, like the Spider D headlights and my eBay tail lights, I spent like $400. The LQ9 swap, I got a really good deal on the LQ9 swap. So the LQ9 with the labor to swap it in, because at that time I couldn't do it myself, I paid $2,000. For the T56, this is where it gets a little complicated. So I'm just gonna roughly guesstimate that it was like around $1,600, because for the T56, I actually traded some of my work to obtain this T56. So I'm a general contractor, so I drilled some piers for an addition to get the T56. With the T56, of course, I needed all the extras like the bell housing. I needed the adjustable master cylinder, the slave, all that. I spent like $1,000, you know. So, and then my rear end is completely built. I spent $700 in parts and $700 in labor. My sunroof, $500. Bought it from Edwin as well. Turbo kit, Huron turbo kit, 3,248. And then, of course, all the turbo extras like the spark plugs, fucking everything else you need for it, like the vacuum lines, all this extra bullshit. Let's just say $500, you know. And then after that, I bought my cam, my crank, bolt, pretty much retainer plate, everything you needed. I spent $425. My map sensor, Hollywood was $25. My fuel lines and let's say my fuel fittings and all that, let's just say $800, and my fuel cell is $200. Now, to do the power steering conversion to the top, I spent about $120 for the bracket. I'm not going to include the pump or the pulley. Um, the fuel pump actually it's a A1000 and the regulator, so we're going to spend $700 from Aeromotive. I've also bought a wideband, which is 205. The roll cage and the bash bumpers were 8,200. The Lexan rear glass, the in the rear or whatever, it was $600. My suspension kit, my Rytec suspension kit, I actually spent $6,800, like after tax and everything. But I know that this price has gone up, so I think they're 7,200 now for the full kit. My steering column, my Motion Raceworks steering column was $700. My panel, my actual like ignition panel and all that was $100. Um, so my sloppy mechanic harness, I had to get a harness, so that was $100 also. My my Holly Terminator X was 1,500. My fucking what is this? My oh yeah, this is my catch can combo with my coolant, fucking whatever you want to call it. So that was 545. My Pro Dash was 2,405. I can't read that, my fucking sloppy ass handwriting, so we're just gonna ignore those $200, I guess. My transducers, I spent like 250 bucks. My hydro brake, like to install my hydro brake and like to do all the double fucking calipers in the rear and all that, I spent 1,000 bucks. My Holly High Ram was 1,160. And then my throttle body, I had to buy a Motion Racework throttle body. Well, I didn't have to. That's what I chose to go with. I spent 665. And then the valve covers, the catch can, 10AN hose lines, and all that, I spent $915. The valve covers are also from Motion Raceworks, so they have the AN fittings ready to go. My MSD coils and wires, I spent $545. My Holly injectors were $460. To get it to run flex fuel for the actual sensor and all of that was $250. My electrical fans, I had to install new electrical fans because the old ones didn't work with my turbo kit, so they were just too big. I spent $325. My vacuum lines, I spent $150. My check valve for my Aeromotive fuel pump was $140. My Monster clutch was $1,285. Custom door panels were $725. And to get it dynoed for gas and E85 was $650. So if you were to sit here and add all these numbers, like I said, this isn't including all the electrical work I did, all the labor that I did, all the carbon fiber. I spent $1,600 on all the carbon fiber kits and stuff, like the vacuum bag kits and all that. So I'm not including none of that stuff. And then, oh yeah, I also didn't include my seats, my seat brackets, my seatbelt harness. Like, that's not included. But if we add all these numbers alone, I came out with $48,373. So if I add all of this up, that's what I ended up coming up to. So that's how much it cost me so far to get the 6-speed built to the point where it was built. And of course, that's me learning how to do all this on my own. I'm not a fucking mechanic. I'm a fucking construction owner. You know, I own a construction business. So obviously within this number, I had to buy a little bit of tools here and there to make it work. But it's not expensive tools. I'd say more like taps, more like little fucking things that I didn't have, specialty things like steering wheel fucking pulley remover and shit like that. But other than that, this is pretty much, like I said, as close of a number as you're gonna get is $48,373 just to build something very close to the 6-speed.